Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Dino, and on today's episode, I want to take a look at maybe the most important part of your motorcycle that actually touches the dirt, and that is the tires. Specifically, I'm going to talk about these Shinko 705 front and rear tires and let you know what my thoughts are on these value-based tires. So sit back, grab yourself something warm to drink, because I see Karl at the window. See you soon. Karl!
Hey!
Hey, where have you been? I haven't seen you in months.
I was on safari.
Safari?
Yeah.
Where?
African lion safari.
African lion safari.
You gotta see the size of the rhinos.
I see them at Costco. When I needed a new set of tires, Karl actually had like a 90% brand new Shinko 705 tire that came with your bike when you bought it, right? It had mismatched?
Yeah, it was brand new. Yeah, mixed match. Yeah.
So Karl offered me the back tire for this bike for free, which is like my favorite word.
Very unusual for me too.
Yeah, so I got online and I found a front tire at Royal Distributing for $97, a matching Shinko 705. And I'd read some really good reviews on these. They apparently are molds from Yokohama tires. That's who actually bought the old Yokohama plant, was Shinko. And they get great reviews. They're value tires. They're not cheap. They're inexpensive. That's what I've been reading. So I brought these to my local dealer to mount them for me, and you and I headed out on about a 2,000 kilometer trip, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I really, really wanted to like these tires, mostly because they're cheap and they look really good. I like the look of them. But we rode a mix of gravel and logging roads and on highway use, right?
Yeah, everything.
And your Heidenhaus, you said, are really good.
Yeah, I really like them, but I don't know, just maybe, I don't know. I didn't have any problems.
Yeah.
Everything was smooth, so.
And
I didn't go through quite the stuff you went through.
Well, I went through a few things that I probably shouldn't have.
No, that's, yeah.
But they're confidence inspiring, I guess, is what it is the
Yeah.
Heidenhaus.
Yeah.
You felt really good on yours.
Yeah, I never had a problem.
As soon as I got these mounted and took them out for the first ride, they felt way different than the old Kendas that I had, Karl.
Mm-hmm.
The front tire almost wanders a little bit on me compared to my Kendas. And my Kendas were well worn. The front one was way past where it really should have been. But what really bothered me was at highway speeds they were pretty good. I didn't mind them. But on the gravel roads that you and I were riding, they really didn't feel as planted as my Kendas did. And I know for me is following you in some of the corners, I had a real hard time. And that might have just been because you're a better rider than me.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well, I think you've got a little more miles under your tires than I do.
Yes.
But I definitely felt the front tire washed a little bit more. And the back tire didn't seem to have as much traction as my Kendas that had probably 8,000 or 9,000 kilometers on them, from what I understand from the guy I bought it off of. By the time I was done with it anyway. I don't know if maybe they're just not mounted right on the front, and that's why it's wobbling a little bit, or it's not balanced right. I know they put the stick-on balancing things, and I look now and I don't see them anymore on there. So it might be out of balance again.
Was it vibrating on the highway?
I didn't really notice it.
Oh.
No, I didn't. On the highway, it wasn't bad, but between about, 10 to 30 kilometers an hour, it almost like it wobbled a little bit like this, and then you could feel kind of a little bit of a whoa, 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 whoa kind of thing.
Oh.
So I think I'm going to rebalance these this winter. I'll take it over to another place and have them balance them, or maybe you and I can balance them.
Yeah.
There is a way, I know we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I was to do it again, I would probably spend a bit more and either go with what you bought, those Heidenhaus K60s,
Mm-hmm.
or something maybe even a little more
Yeah.
aggressive. I don't, it just depends. We don't really ride a lot on it.
Yeah. It's iffy, yeah.
And I guess tires, they're like beer or hockey
Or oil.
or oil or the type of pickup you drive. It's super subjective.
On a different bike, it might be a different tire.
Exactly. I also have a much bigger gas tank than a lot of people do. So full of fuel, maybe that's one of the reasons this one feels a little squishier. I'm not sure.
Yeah, different compounds, and I don't know. I had the Heidenhaus on a V-Strum and brought them in to get installed and balanced.
Yes.
And I got it back, and there was no weights on the wheels. I goes, "Oh, what's going on? Did you balance them?" He goes, "Yeah, they're bang on."
Really?
So I was impressed, but not only the rims were good, that the tires were that. Not to say they're the best, but it's just I was surprised.
They're well made.
Yeah, I didn't have any problem. I thought, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I'll be going back, but no, it was.
That's sort of my opinion of these 705s is, again, they don't appear to be a cheap tire, but they certainly don't seem to perform as I expected they would based on other people's reviews that I've
Yeah,
read.
they got a nice tread pattern and all that stuff. I don't know.
I really like the look of them. I'll burn these off until they're done,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I bought these. I don't think I would buy these again. I'll be honest with everybody out there. I think I'd go to something with a little bit better
there's
quality build.
There's a ton out there.
It was really fun to have Karl in the shop today, and it was really helpful to get his perspective on how his Heidenhaus K60s performed versus my tires on the same roads and trails that we rode for about 2,000 kilometers. I believe it's important to point out that when Shinko designed this tire, it was designed as a 70-30 tire. And what that means is it was really designed to spend 70% of its life on asphalt roads. In that regard, overall, I would say it's a pretty good on-road tire. Although I have some balancing issues with mine that's kind of annoying, the overall traction and comfort level at highway speeds with these was really good, both in wet and dry conditions. And I would give this tire an 8 out of 10 for its on-road manners. And I might even increase that if I can get this balancing issue figured out. The challenge I have is when you do take these things off-road, they just were not nearly as confidence-inspiring as my old Kendas, even though my Kendas had a lot of miles on them. In hard-packed surfaces, such as really compacted gravel roads or maybe single-lane trails, they weren't too bad. I would say maybe a 7 out of 10 on those types of conditions. But when the trail or the road gets to be loose and pebbly, the confidence that I had dropped tremendously. And I would say maybe these would rate a 5 out of 10 maybe on loose gravel or sand. I didn't drive them, or I didn't use them in too much mud, but the mud that I did get into packed the tread up fast, turned them into a slick, and they really didn't sort of clean themselves out as well as perhaps a more dedicated off-road tire. But again, that's to be expected with a 70-30 tire, and I don't believe you're going to get fantastic off-road capabilities with a tire that's designed this way. You really need to step up to a 50-50 or maybe a 20-80 tire to get better off-road performance. I guess in the end, I would probably rate these tires around a 6 or maybe 7 out of 10. And again, I don't know if I would buy these again. I think I might shoot for a better quality or maybe a better engineered tire and pay a little bit more. Something like what Karl has there, or maybe a Dunlop, something like that. And leave these ones on the shelf next time. That brings us to the end of this episode on the Shinko 705 Dual Sport tires. And I hope you found it enjoyable and interesting to watch. Now, if you have a set of these tires, please let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on these tires. Is my review accurate to what you think? Or maybe you think these tires are much better or much worse than I gave them credit for. I'm sure everyone would like to hear from you. Until then, I actually found the cardboard templates for my DR650 custom dash that I made about a year ago. I've been getting a lot of comments about could I share the dimensions. Well, I had lost these templates and I found them when I was cleaning up here the other day. So I'm going to see about getting these things measured out and see if I can't put them onto a CAD program so I can share them and you can download them if you want to make a custom dash. It may still take me a bit of time. It's been a while since I played with a CAD program, but I will get this done. So until next time, I'm Dino. I'm so happy that you stopped by, and I hope to see you again soon here on Dino's Tinker Shed. I got another project now. See you soon.